top students.weebly.com. Okay, and that'll come up with your username and password. So on your little slip that I've given you, you should have both those, so you can type them into here and then press login. Okay, so I've set myself up with a username as well, so I can plug this in and show you how you do it. So you click onto the username, obviously, and type in your username, not mine, and then your password. Okay, and it should come up with basically an entrance into this website, which is your own personal space. And once we come into your own personal space, you'll be able to come down and create a site. So we click on create a site, wait for it to come up. Okay, so you'll come up with choose your website domain. Now we just want to be a subdomain of Weebly because that's easier and you don't have to pay for it. So come up with a name for your site. Depending on what topic you're doing, whether you are actually creating a website for convicts or whether you're creating one for free settlers or one for slaves. So remember, you want it to be easily, you want to easily be able to remember it. So for example, say I'm actually working on slaves, and so I'm just going to try and type this in, and that one's already taken, so what could we add to it? Slaves, and we'll say maybe 905 because that's the class that we're in, and that works. So see how the green tick comes up, so that means that we can continue. So that means that this website is now going to be called Slaves 905. Now the great thing about Weebly is that it really is just a drag and drop and a click, which is pretty easy to use. So I want to change this site name, then I can go in and click on it and just change it to slaves, or maybe slaves resources. Okay, if you don't like the design that's come up, you can come up to here and into design, and you can change the theme, and there's lots and lots of themes to choose from. So you can click down, have a look, and whether there's one that you really like, something bright, catchy. So let's just have a scroll. You know, I think I might choose this one. I quite like that. That's pretty simple and easy to use. So now you have your heading here, and maybe you want to put a headline in here. So maybe I'll write all the resources you need. Oh. And there we go. Okay, I want to change the size of that because it doesn't quite fit, so we just zoom across, and then we come up to in here, let's change colour, and we just go minus a little bit. So there we go, now it fits. Okay, now I don't want a pair of feet and runners on here, so I go into edit image. So you can choose from the backgrounds here, or you can actually go into Google Images and choose an image that you want. I'm just going to select something from here because I haven't actually organised any images. Or I could actually go up to here and we could go into, oops, sorry, down here, into upload images, and this means that you can grab them from the computer. So I'll go into my computer because I know I've got some images into one of my files. So go to desktop, go down to Weebly. So obviously you don't have to do this because you would save your photos that you want to use onto your iPad, so it'll be easier for you to grab images. So I'm going to actually choose this one of the slave trade, and I'll put that one in there. Okay, so once that comes up, you can now see that the image in the background. So then we can go save, save only to this page. Alright, and then maybe I might go back here and see if I can change the background. Doesn't look like I can do that there. I'll probably try and do that somewhere else. Okay, the next thing that you want to think about is that this is basically your first page that comes up, but it doesn't go anywhere because you haven't got any other pages. So you come up to pages here, and you want to have some links to some new pages. So we're going to go add page. We'll just do a standard page, and then maybe we might do this as documentaries or videos. So maybe we'll type in videos here. And to choose your page layout, I probably just want to have a little image and not a big one this time. So we'll choose this, and we'll scroll down and save and edit. Okay, so now when we go back to, so now we're back to the next page, so we can scroll down and we've got all this room to sort of add things onto there. Oops, where'd it go? Alright, so these are the sort of things over here that you can actually add onto your page. So if you want to put some text words where you say, you know, you click here and maybe you'll say the following video was created by, I might say John Green, because I know that I've got a crash course film that I could actually add in here on slaves. So you want to, when you're actually putting resources in, you want to actually acknowledge who made it and where it's come from. So the following video was created by John Green and can be found on YouTube at the following address. Okay, so now what you need to do is add in the address. So I can actually go up here and we'll go into YouTube, and I'll put up the top, I'll go slave trade crash course, and there we have it here. So you go in here and just press pause because we don't want to watch it now. So we'll just grab the URL, copy and paste, copy it, and then we'll go back to our Weebly site and we're just going to paste it in here. Okay, that doesn't look like it's working. Usually I think you'll find, so continue and try again. Alright, if it doesn't work, just obviously type in the address. So you might have to just go back and do it a bit slower. Okay, so in here I've actually put the web address. So this is acknowledging where your resources come from, and it forms part of your bibliography when you do your Cat 1. The next thing that you want to do is you don't want to just leave the address in there. It looks pretty boring. So what you can do is you can come over here and drag in this YouTube button, and that allows you to actually bring up the whole YouTube film. So you just click on here and then you type in the URL again. Okay, once you've got the URL in, the actual film that you want in there comes up automatically, and that just makes your site look a little bit better than what it could have been. Okay, so now you've got your first resource in. So you want to double check that you've got everything you need. So in here you have the film, you've got the link where it's come from, you've written who it's created by. We probably want to put capitals for the person's name, basic English there. And the next thing that you can do is actually, obviously I've already watched this film, but you'll need to watch whatever the film is before you decide it's a useful resource. And you can just put a few little sentences to tell you what the resource is about and what useful information it has in it, so that people that come and check out your website can actually look at it and go, oh, that's really good, I need some of that information, and then they'll know whether it's worthwhile watching it or not. So in here, so we could just say John Green explores Atlantic slave trade. So, you know, we could actually start listing lots of different things that he talks about, and that would give people using your website an idea of the information that they could get out of this. Now, obviously, this is a secondary resource, so we don't want to fill our website with lots of secondary resources. We would really love some primary resources as well. So keep that in mind when you're actually making your website. All right, so just to finalize what you need to do, so remember that when you want to create pages for your website, that you come into pages up here and you go add page. When you might want to change the template overall, you come into design, which is up the top, and you choose a template. When you're just building, you can come up here and do that. When you want to swap between pages, you can go to pages and then click on here. Okay, one other thing to check before you move on, if in your home page the little buttons aren't coming across the top as your contents, you need to come in and actually click off password protect this page. Make sure that there's no little locks that are appearing along these pages once you've created them. So we'll go back into save and edit and just check that. So up here now you've got links to all the pages that you've created. So this can happen in any theme. They'll have links across the top. So if I go into the videos one, and you can see down here is where the video that I added before. So now I've created some pages across the top. You don't have to do exactly the same. You can set out your website however you like. Just remember to make sure that you're covering the criteria of the task, which requires you to produce a website that has all the different resources people will need to do their Cat 1. So as my topic is the slaves, okay, I need to include some primary documents and secondary documents because they're really important to actually write a comparison essay to make sure that you are referring to facts and things that are relevant. Also, I think a lot of us would prefer to actually watch videos or documentaries to get some of our information. There's so much out there that is quite useful. All right, I think that's about it. I think the rest of it you could actually explore and play with yourself and actually make your own website really individual. But you can see down here there's lots of different buttons, and just remember it's really simple. You just drag and drop. So good luck everyone, and hopefully we get some really interesting websites out of this that we can all use to create fantastic Cat 1s. All right, thank you.